Hi, good afternoon. Troy from the Do-It-Yourself World and the Off-Grid Project. Today it was raining all day, well, most of the morning. I waited for it to dry up a little bit. It's got a bit of a breeze, and the house, I'm letting the house dry before I work on the siding on that because I don't want to lock in any moisture. But I can work on the chicken coop today because the wood is not too wet. And what I'm going to do is make myself a ramp, or make my birds a ramp, so they can walk up it. I started hammering and then realized, as I always do, that I don't have the camera going. So this is a really simple idea, and I hope that the camera will allow you to see what I'm doing. I'm just going to set this up and nail it from inside, or screw it I should say, and that'll give them the ability, I'll show you from underneath later, to get up in there. I'm just going to put a platform on that as well. Actually, I want that to be supported on the body of the chicken tractor. That was some scraps and chunks I'm going to burn. Kept them out of the rain, off the ground. Good kindling material, all the leftover little scraps. So, what I've got to do is put something on across these two pieces to hold it up there. And it'll also give me a lift and make the angle not so steep for the birds. Doesn't have to be anything major. A piece of wood. Crossing these. There we go. That'll give the ramp its angle. Yeah, it's gonna work. So I'm gonna go in and try to secure that over on the other side. Let's go on over. Actually, considering the angles, I think I'm gonna have to drill it from underneath. Considering I want to put it on right here, actually, so I think I'm gonna take a 3-inch screw and drill it right through the whole entire thing at an angle. I wanted to do it from above. I just don't know. Well, maybe I could. Yeah, I think I can. I want to do it from above. I think I might have a little bit more meat up there to do it from above. Hi there. I don't know if you can see my hand. I have my head inside the chicken coop, and I'm hoping that I can make this happen. I don't know if I could be able to do this very easily here. I'm hoping to make this happen. I'm going to put a screw down from the top, down through, and pre-start it. See, when that comes, oh, there it is, it's already through. Good. Or, what am I hitting? Is that a nail? No. Alright, there it is. Now, this is going to be awkward. I've got to support this and somehow do the drilling, or do the power drill thing, power driver, from up above. Oh yeah, second hand would be awesome right here. Let me see if I can make this happen. I am almost completely inside the chicken coop. Oops. Yeah, I didn't expect that. Okay, how's that looking? Okay, it went through. Did not expect that to lift up into the air like it did. Come over and have a look here. Let me see how we looking. pretty good. Can't tell how straight it is, but I don't think the chickens will mind at all. I'm going to put 2 screws. For extra strength, I think this will be fine. Thought about putting ramp boards on it, but I think they'll be just fine with that. Their feet are pretty good. Should be through, I'm guessing. Yeah, well, I think I went in. That's up there. Now, we're going to secure this part. I'll let you watch over here. We're going to secure the board and the ramp so everything's in place. Now this is just downward motion, so you don't need a lot of strength on this. Oh, there's a screw in there. Okay. Good. So that'll keep that ramp off the ground when a chicken tractor is moving. That's important. Pretty soon we're going to know if this will work or not. If the birds can walk on it, we're going to know. There's a hawk yelling at me. Pretty solid. Chickens can walk on that. There they have the entrance. Let's go have a look. We'll have a look inside. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a woodpecker. I thought there was a hawk. Oh, there's 3 woodpeckers. That's why. So, I don't know if you can see in here. The birdies gonna have their place. See? You can get up in there. Looking good. Not too steep. It's a good angle. I like it. It's gonna work. It's gonna work well. I may staple on something rough on there, like a piece of chicken wire. Chicken wire on the ramps, the scrap chicken wire, that's perfect to make that ramp sticky for their feet. Uh oh, my camera battery is dead, which is a surprise and unexpected. Forgive me, I'm going to have to take the camera in and continue on without. What I'm going to do is start on the siding, so I'll cut the pallet wood and let the camera charge. Well, I took the camera off the charger. I'll show you a little progress here. I think it's going to turn out nice. This is what I've got so far. I'll finish this side, and I'm sort of angling the peak one over a little bit to hopefully form a nice peaked roof. And what I'll do then is I'll close it up at the top with a piece of trim of some kind. I'll have some kind of an angled, maybe a piece of aluminum or flax string or something here to cover the peak. And each piece overlaps the other all the way down. I've got my overhang on the end, and these are all 40-inch boards that I didn't want to use on the house because they were all imperfect, cracked or whatever. For whatever reason I didn't use these ones. Also, the heaviest of the oak I'm not using. I'm using the lighter wood on the house. And then I've got a little bit of an overhang here, which is good, because then what I'm going to do is when I close in this side with the siding, I'm going to come up and butt up against there and then put a piece of trim on the inside edge, close it off, and then I'll have a piece of trim. Just going to show you for demonstration purposes. Right across there. Looks really nice. Closes that right up. Really, really nice. I may even eye it up and see what it looks like to put a piece of trim on the edge. I think it really nice. It looks good. And then I'll oil it to preserve it. It should last. It should be good. Now, somebody asked me about the bottom. I'm probably going to put it on bricks. I'm going to have some wire overhanging onto the ground, and when this is not in motion, I'll probably have it on bricks. So I'll have wheels on it above the ground, and then the wheels will be touching, obviously, and then wheelbarrow-like stands on the ends, and then maybe, like I said, brace it up with a couple bricks in the middle for support. And there you have it. It's going to be a wheelbarrow type chicken tractor, so I can move it around as needed. But I definitely don't want to keep it right here where it is and put the birds in it, because I don't know if you remember, 2 years ago I had birds die here in this yard, right here. Or was it last year? I think it might have been last year. They died right here. I don't know why. There must be something poisonous in this spot. But I'm not putting the chickens here. They're going to go out over there somewhere outside the chicken coop. And then I'll extend the electric fence around them for their own safety. It looks like the battery's holding a little. I might be able to show you some footage. But I've got to go cut some more pallet wood. I'm just using the reciprocating saw and cutting the boards right off, 40-inch pallets, and come over and nail them on. Well, I'll remove the nails. I'm recycling everything. I'm using the old nails. I'm throwing them in a container here and absolutely recycling, full recycling. So that's good. Using everything of every bit of the pallet on this. So we'll see how it goes today. I'll keep on going and see if I can get it done. Well, one side is done. I'm not going to put the trim on the 3 trim pieces until I'm done with the other side. Now the other side is going to be more complex, but I don't think it looks too bad. Once it's done and this trim is on, I think it's going to look really good. So I've got a few pieces over here. I broke apart 2 pallets, but they're the junk pallets I didn't want to use for the house, so it's taken me more time to get good pieces. So I'll let you watch as I do one row here, if I have enough wood. We'll see. It's a tedious process, as is anything with junk wood. I've got to take out the nails first for every single board. And I have a nail to use. To attach it. And again, with junk nails, it's not going to go very smooth. Now I'm just attaching them. I'm not really securing them solidly right now. I'm just getting them on there for now. And then when I do the trim work and finishing up, I'll go through and drive all the rest of the nails in. It saves me time. You never know with this weather what we got going on here either. It's really frustrating. That part will be better covered. Not doing a whole lot of overlap, but really I don't think this is as sensitive as a house, because the tar paper is going to protect everything anyway. And the birds don't care. They won't complain. At least not in any language I'm going to understand. So. essentially. In this case, the siding is just protecting the tar paper, which is keeping water out. It's my idea anyway. Tar paper alone will last 100 years. Little chicken trivia. Did you know, some of you who do, but most of you guys probably don't know, a chicken will live 20 years. 20 years. Can you imagine that? Most chickens don't make it past 8 months. This one's going to need a screw. It's the only way. People usually eat chickens at 8 months of age, and a chicken will last 20 years. Imagine that. I found that to be quite amazing when I found that out. But a couple years ago I learned that. Thought I'd share that with you. Now here's something I learned from the chicken book that I got as a gift a while back. Did you know that chickens have many voices and different words that they communicate with you? So chickens have different ways of communicating what their situation is to you, the farmer or the owner. Chickens can communicate with you. They can tell you if they're scared, angry, excited, if they're in danger, if they're in pain. They'll let you know. They can let you know. I don't know if you guys knew that, but I found that quite interesting. Well, I knew that chickens communicate, but I think it's something like 20 or 30 words. Now, I didn't know it was that many. So many different sounds they can use. I didn't know it was that much. I knew they had different sounds. You gotta know out here. Chicken's in danger, you gotta know it. And they'll let you know. They'll communicate with you. And my chickens, they do know that I'm their protector. And they do know that I watch over them and care for their safety. They know it. They're probably asking themselves, who's building this, or who's he building the chicken coop for? When I was growing up, we had a chicken would follow us around the yard. It was really cute. It followed us all over the place. Well, sadly one day the bus driver saw it on the road coming to meet me after school. It was so cute. It came out to meet me after school. It was so cute. The bus driver saw it, accelerated, and ran it over, laughing the whole time while we watched. Surprised he didn't get in trouble. He said it was an accident. But he was laughing. Many will say, no wonder I'm warped, huh? And unfortunately, I've got to cut some more because that's broken, that's ripped. Taking a lot of wood. It's taking me longer to split these up and prepare the pallet wood than it is anything else. Boy, Well, I'm gonna head over and cut up some more pallet boards. Got the battery charged up some on camera finally. Got a whole pile of boards over here, and I got this side nearly done up to the top. I had to take them all off and redo them after I took the camera in. I immediately came out and realized I forgot the overhang over here. The framing on here is different from on the other side, and they lined up perfect over there, and here they do not. But when I put the trim piece on, that'll help secure that edge. These will be nailed in 2 points anyway, so I think it'll be fine. And then there's going to be a trim on that edge. And I've tacked on the tar paper with the stapler, so I have a little bit more neater place to work here. I can reach in better. And the bag down there is a bunch of hinges and hardware I'm going to be using for the doors. I have latches and hinges. And I left off right here at the door. I'm about ready to cut the hole for the opening for the door and start putting that together. I am just doing some thought on the top. There's going to be an overhang over the door. So I think what I'm going to end up doing is building the door on the ground, lifting it up in place, hinging it on, and then building the overhang over that to cause water to run off and out over the outside edge of the door. So that'll be somewhat critical on that part. So I'm going to give it some thought here a little bit. Besides that, everything's pretty much ready to go. And then I can put on the, I forgot to put the chicken wire first on here, but I figured it's better that way I can stand in there perfectly and reach in and out as I'm working. It's not in my way. Anyway, and then I'll do the chicken wire on this end, and I'm going to have a door frame and a door over here as well, so I can open it up and reach in for maintenance or grabbing the birds as needed. But that's just going to be on the bottom section. So I'll basically be able to crawl in if I need to. So, well, I'm going to give this some thought here on how that door is going to go together and go up on there. I'll go ahead and nail this one on. Let me pause the camera and be right back nailing this on. I was working along and then I realized this is a very important moment. I just cut the tire paper. And then I was lifting this up and said, wait a minute, I should show this on camera. See, here's where the door is going to be. And then I can reach in, access the egg boxes. Yeah, somebody said the chickens are going to poop in the boxes. Yeah, they're going to anyway. My experience in the other chicken coops, they'll sit on these edge boards in here as well and just poop right on the side. So they'll sit up on the sides of the egg boxes, so there's nothing I can do. It's going to be easy to scoop out. Very easy access here to the entire interior of the chicken coop. Reach in and grab eggs, clean it up, do whatever I got to do. So this is nice. This is really good. And it's going to be really roomy for those birds and really cozy as well. It's going to be a lot of space for those little tiny birds. Now, I see over here on this side, I was angling outwards a little bit, so I just corrected it by putting this board where it's supposed to be. The trim will cover all that, so nobody will see it. And anyway, instead of taking it all apart again a third time, it was awkward for me to do that freehand because I didn't have the frame to go with here on this side. Like I used on the other side, I just nailed it to the frame and it was smooth and easy. Here I was blind. I was running absolutely blind. I had nothing to go with. I guess I could have framed in a piece, but that'd be even more weight. And I couldn't have done it on the inside because it's already enclosed. So, anyway, now I've got to figure out how I'm going to make the door exactly. So the idea here, I may or may not use this flap of tire paper, But the idea is this board is for the hinges, so the hinges will be on here, and then I'm going to have another board coming out, so this side will be a little bit different than the other. So it'll be another board like this to cause the rain to run off and out over the hinges, and then the top cap piece. So I hope I can do it and still get the cap to fit and line up with the other one. Hoping I can do that. We'll see. Actually, I might be able to. Yeah, I've got to figure it out. I'm going to do some calculating here how that'll work. But I basically want to have a runoff lip. I might use a longer, wider board to give me this overhang, because I want the rain to then run off and not down on the hinges and inside the chicken coop. So I'll probably use a wider board. Oh, I just knocked over all my nails and screws. It's awkward when you're trying to show off on the camera and not watch where your feet are. This board will have to be cut, but to give you an idea, that's a perfect overhang for the door. Gives me the perfect protection for the hinges. And then the top cap piece will come down on that. If I do the angle right, I gotta just make sure that I can still open the door. So I'll put the cap on afterwards. That'll be last. Well, I'm gonna pick up some screws now. Be back in a minute. Well, I'm working on the door frame and the mosquitoes are getting really bad. I'm starting to itch all over. And it's getting dark, so I guess that's it. It's time to clean up. I've got the framing for the door here. I'm going to screw all the pieces to that. The bottom piece is going to overlap, so when I close it, it comes down over that. But I guess it's time to go in and call it a night. It just is how it is. You run out of time and that's it. But chicken coop's looking pretty good. Figure another nice day and I'll have that done.